1 killing. That's incredible. Points drop when winning at half-time. You know, Arsenal have only dropped 2. They've dropped 15. You know, that's not title-winning behaviour and not what we normally expect from them. If you look at other seasons, they average 5.8. Goals from substitutes. City have always, I think of Man City over the years, Michael, you will know better than anyone, this club has had so many opportunities for subs to come on and win you the game, but to only have two and it hasn't obviously changed tonight, that's staggering as well.
Is that on Guardiola then? Is that on him and the substitutes that he's bringing on? Is it about the squad? Is it about the level of... Because they have depth, don't they? So they have players who can come on and make a difference.
Obviously an anomaly because they had so many good subs, but normally there's always players that can come on and make a difference. And yeah, I mean, even... You know, Reinders has been playing a lot, been sub a lot. You think, well, maybe he can come on. And that has been a difference, you know, because there's been so many times over the years when City have saved it from their substitutes. But there's a number of, and Pep said it himself, there's a number of reasons why they're in the position they are. They lost 2 out of their first 3 games as well, I think Brighton and Tottenham Hotspur. So that's not the start you want either. That's not really going to set you up for the season.
If Arsenal gets this done, we're going to remember this as this being Arsenal's title. We're going to also remember it as...
The year of the set piece.
The wrestling in the boxes, the long throws, because it's been the year of the long throws in the Premier League, and the VAR calls. And we don't know what a handball is. And overall quality dropped. Manchester City's resurgence... Chelsea being so poor, Liverpool being so poor in their title defense. I would have liked for this to have been not just a 2-horse race. In fact, for a long time, it was just a 1-horse race. And then City kind of just, you know, they poked their heads out and Arsenal wobbled, seriously wobbled. But they're in control again of their own destiny. I wonder how we'll remember it if City flips it around and does end up winning the title.
Don't do that, please. Oh, God.
Do you think we'll remember it as this City that you're seeing now that came back, Resurgence City? Or is it going to be the ultimate bottle job of Arsenal? Like, how are we going to remember 25-26?
If that terrible scenario happened, that worst-case scenario happened, it would absolutely be seen as an Arsenal failure.
If Arsenal don't win the Premier League title, we're going to remember it.
That is what it will be.
Yeah. That guy's going to be the...
It'll be superimposed.
He's been in the media recently trying to say he was, like, misunderstood and stuff. Like, bro, you know what you did.
You hit on something that is so important is... Should Arsenal do what they started and finish what they started, which it looks like there's a good chance they will, very good chance. I saw something on Opta that Arsenal have an 86% chance of winning the Premier League title with 2 games left, which is spot on. It changes the narrative. The fact that Mikel Arteta will have won and gotten a title and beat Pep Guardiola in a title race of their own doing and creating, it's still winning, and it's still winning over the person that has beaten you to title races before.
The pressure is building again in the Premier League, and this time it genuinely feels like Arsenal are refusing to blink. While everyone keeps talking about Manchester City and their experience in title races, Arsenal are moving differently now. There's more maturity, more aggression, and honestly, more belief around the squad than we've seen in years. You can see it in the way they train, the way they press, and even the way the players speak after matches. This is no longer a young team learning how to compete. Arsenal now look like a team that expects to win the league. Manchester City still have the quality, nobody is denying that. But this season, they have looked vulnerable far more often than people want to admit. The control in midfield hasn't always been perfect, the defensive transitions have looked shaky at times, and there's the strange feeling that teams are no longer terrified of them. A few years ago, opponents would enter matches against City already defeated mentally. That aura is slowly fading, and Arsenal can sense it. What impressed a lot of fans yesterday was Arsenal's training intensity. Reports and clips coming out of the session showed players fully locked in, high tempo, sharp passing, aggressive pressing drills, and constant communication from Mikel Arteta. Even the body language looked different. Nobody was laughing around casually like the job was already done. They trained like a team that understands one mistake could decide the title. That mentality matters massively at this stage of the season. And this is where I disagree with some of the criticism around Arsenal. People keep saying they are too emotional or that they will bottle it again. But that argument feels lazy now. Last season's collapse became a convenient storyline people repeat every year without looking at how much this team has evolved. The squad depth is better, the mentality is stronger, and key players now understand the pressure moments much more than before. This Arsenal side is not playing with fear anymore. The biggest difference between Arsenal and City right now might actually be hunger. Manchester City have already won almost everything under Pep Guardiola. Sometimes, even subconsciously, that edge drops a little. But Arsenal are desperate for this title. You can feel it from the fans, the players, and the coaching staff. Every tackle, every sprint, every celebration looks personal. That desperation can become a massive weapon in the final weeks. Another thing people are not talking about enough is how disciplined Arsenal have become without the ball. Earlier versions of Arteta's team wanted to dominate possession beautifully but could get exposed quickly. Now they know when to slow games down, when to press aggressively, and when to frustrate opponents. That balance wins league titles. Beautiful football alone doesn't. The scary thing for rivals is that Arsenal still look like they can improve even more. At the same time, City still have individuals who can destroy any title prediction in 1 week. Players like Erling Haaland can completely flip momentum with 2 or 3 goals, and when City start building rhythm, they become relentless. That's why Arsenal cannot afford to relax for even one match. The title race is still dangerously close, and one poor performance changes everything immediately. But if we're being completely fair, Arsenal currently look more emotionally ready for the fight. There's urgency in their football right now. Their training sessions reflect it, their reactions on the pitch reflect it, and even the fans are starting to believe this could finally be their year. The energy around the club feels different compared to previous seasons where pressure started breaking them mentally near the end. And honestly, if Arsenal continue playing with this level of intensity and focus, they absolutely can win the Premier League. Not because Manchester City suddenly became weak, but because Arsenal themselves have finally started behaving like genuine champions. That's the biggest change of all.